All right, welcome back everybody to Altcoin Daily. My name is Aaron. Of course, the reason you subscribe to our channel is for videos like this one. I just made a mistake and, well, I'm going to tell you about it because I just invested emotionally. I had a plan, I didn't stick to it, and this video is basically to urge you to not make the same mistake I did. I want you to learn from me, hopefully. And if this video is a little bit different than what you're used to, I notice a lot of other crypto influencers, they don't really tell you about their mistakes. They're quick to tell you when they got something right, but they don't really tell you when they messed up, and I do, or at least I like to. And if you like that, if you want to hear my story, support the channel, guys. Give the video a thumbs up. And, well, actually, you're going to have to wait a little bit because I don't want to start with me. I want to start right here. So we'll get to me. I made a small mistake. This person who sold the majority of his Bitcoin in 2015 and made a post announcing it, he made a huge mistake. So let's start here and we'll transition to me. And, well, so this is a Reddit post from 2015, and it's a guy explaining why he is selling his Bitcoin. And just so you understand the scope of this, so 2015, when he wrote this was the start of the 3-year uptrend. So investing in the beginning of 2015 was arguably the best time to invest last cycle because from right here to right here, for 3 years, there was nothing but upside. And this guy wrote it sometime around here. So this is the story about how some guy sold and then had to watch for the next 3 years as the market rose. So the most interesting part of this post, the most interesting thing for me is the fact that this post could have been written today. This could be a Reddit post today. You'll see. So let's just get into it. So let's start from the top. Why I'm divesting from Bitcoin and why I think it has no real future. I know that these kinds of posts aren't well received here and they usually get downvoted into oblivion, but please hear me out anyway. I've been an avid Bitcoin investor since November 2013. Now, some would say that's probably one of the worst times to enter the world of Bitcoin, and I agree to an extent, but that's not what this is about. Everybody who invests in volatile assets should be at peace with the possibility of losing money. Yes, I've lost money, and yes, I wish I hadn't, but that's not what concerns me in the long run. This is basically about the fact that I think Bitcoin will never really have a future where it's treated like a serious currency. So let me just say, I do believe that Bitcoin is probably one of the most amazing technological innovations or inventions in the recent history. It is easy to transact with, it is anonymous to a large degree, it enables immediate transfer of value between any two actors in the world, it cannot be confiscated by authorities, etc. It truly has the power to change how we think of money and value in these modern times. The upside for personal and financial liberty is simply astounding. So if Bitcoin is so great, then the question is, why am I divesting? And the answer is that people just don't care about it. They just don't. The price has been on a constant slide downwards for 3 straight quarters now, and this is despite the overall increase in merchant adoption and relatively good press. Almost everybody who's heard of Bitcoin by now, when asked what they think about it, well, they usually think it's a scam or some kind of failed internet money. Someone here once mentioned an analogy with a pig and gold. If you put a bar of gold before a pig, the pig won't see any value in it, and they certainly won't know how to use it to improve their life. I don't want to refer to the majority of people as pigs, but the analogy still works. No matter how amazing and revolutionary Bitcoin is, most people just don't understand it, they don't care about it, and they certainly don't see any value in it. They're okay with using their credit cards, government-issued paper, and occasionally stocks. If hyperinflation ever happens, they will get their wheelbarrow and deal with it then and there. As much as I want Bitcoin to have a bright and successful future, I think it is ultimately a misunderstood technology and requires a person of a certain intellect and education to be able to appreciate it. Your average Joe Sixpack doesn't know what inflation is, doesn't have a problem with central banking and Keynesianism, it doesn't have any major issues with the way government does its business. When everyone is irrational and constantly mispricing something, as a rational actor, you have to take that into account. I don't think humanity as a whole will suddenly have an intellectual breakthrough tomorrow, and with that in mind, I am adjusting my position accordingly and will keep only a small amount of my wealth in Bitcoin from here on out. The risks are simply too great and the downside looks much bigger than the upside. I think that it has had its day with the internet population. I mean, that's what ultimately brought the price to where it is, and that any further adoption will be very hard at this point, and the price will be reflecting that. Thanks for reading this, and be careful with your money. Wealth management is hard. So he wrote that right here. 3 years later, the price was right here. Talk about the ultimate nightmare, right? Here's my takeaway on this. Well, the most interesting thing to me is the fact that this post could have been written on Reddit today. And with that in mind, things are 100 times better for Bitcoin today than they were 4 years ago. If you subscribe to our channel, you know that. I'll just sum it all up with this. The global recession is coming, and this is exactly what Bitcoin was made for. So today, if you're thinking about investing in Bitcoin, if you're invested in Bitcoin, if you're thinking about buying more, you have to ask yourself, well, what can stop it? What can make it fail? And you think about that, and you study Bitcoin, and you realize, well, since Bitcoin is decentralized, since there's no single point of failure, there's a very low chance that Bitcoin will die anytime soon, in my opinion. So the point is, if Bitcoin's not going away, more and more people are only going to put more and more money into it, whether it's just a little bit or a lot. Just given time, people are just going to gradually trust it more, and there's more on-ramps than ever before. And when that happens, price will increase. And as the price increases, that's going to attract more people, and that's going to cause the price to increase more, and that's going to attract more people. And as this happens, the network becomes stronger and stronger. Yet we still see posts like this today. I don't know if Bitcoin is going to be the future world reserve currency, but I do think it's got one more big pump left in it. So don't be fooled. Be patient. Be disciplined. Ignore the FUD, I guess. And speaking of patience and discipline, let's get to it. Let me tell you about the mistake that I made yesterday. Instead of staying disciplined, instead of following my plan, I went with my gut. I bought Bitcoin about right here. And I thought we had a breakout coming. I thought we were seeing a consolidation near the highs. I thought enough time had passed. I mean, it's already been over a month of this volatile consolidation zone. Based on a gut reaction, I bought here and it went lower. So my original plan, and you know I had a buy order. I was waiting to get filled. I told you, if this buy order down here never gets filled, I would be okay with that. Well, I had an impulse to buy, and immediately after, it went lower. And now I have no money to buy. And if it goes lower in the next couple of weeks, like I was hoping, I'm going to have no money to buy then. So learn from me. Don't go with your gut. Stay disciplined, cost average, disciplined, if that's what you want to do. Here's the thing. I mean, time is going to tell whether I made a mistake or not. Time will also probably prove that this mistake is trivial. I do want to end this video with a little PSA, as it were. So this is, if you're a cryptocurrency, if you're a Bitcoin enthusiast like me, this is something that you definitely need to know about so you can make your own decisions. So the PSA is this: avoid Bitpay until they fully integrate native SegWit, period. Make a stance. Guys, we need to stop supporting companies like Bitpay and blockchain.info/blockchain.com until they fully support native BEC32 BC1 addresses. This is damn ridiculous at this point. It's been almost 2 years since SegWit. The code is not complicated, and these companies are supposed to be leaders in the space. SegWit is stuck around the 50% mark because of companies like them not supporting. It forces us, who use good wallets like Blue Wallet and Electrum, to have hybrid SegWit wallets to interact with others using these types of websites/wallets that don't support, since they can't send BC1. Get with the effing program, or we will vote with our wallets and our software. Seriously, guys, this is important for all of us. It slows down Lightning Network adoption, as well as because Lightning requires SegWit. These sites are influenced heavily by Roger Ver and Jihan Wu. And that's really the key here. Because on the one hand, the good thing about Bitcoin is, people, you don't have to update your software nodes or whatever. everything is backwards compatible. It's done through soft forks. So if you never, update yourself, you can still interact. Now, the problem is that these companies are bad actors in this space, you could say, because they're really influenced by Jihan Wu and Roger Ver, who want Bitcoin to have high transaction fees. They don't want Bitcoin to scale because they want to make Bitcoin Cash look as good as they can. And that's the key here, guys. So if that's something you believe in, maybe try and avoid these 2 or 3 companies. It's up to you, really. I just wanted to bring this to your attention. And I guess, one more thing. We reported to you the other day that Roger Ver was stepping down as CEO of Bitcoin.com. He was still going to work as a chair position, but they appointed somebody else. So, there's the huge problem with Bitcoin.com is that they manipulate you into what is the real Bitcoin. They make you think that Bitcoin Cash is the real Bitcoin. So the default buy on Bitcoin.com now is Bitcoin, not Bitcoin Cash, which is good. But somebody posted this on the Reddit community RBTC, which surprisingly is like an anti-Bitcoin community. It's more Bitcoin Cash. Somebody posted this, and then Memory Dealers, which is an old company Roger Ver had, and Roger Ver, Bitcoin entrepreneur, Bitcoin.com, that's his handle on Reddit. He said, "We will get it changed back to Bitcoin Cash ASAP. Thanks for notifying us." So, of course, he still has power. He's still a chairman. He stepped down because he was doing other things. But the fact that this new CEO is trying to do something, in my opinion, right and just, Roger Ver wants to continue tricking the community. So this makes me not like Roger as much. I want to like him. I want to like Roger Ver. But, All right, guys, that is it for me. I will see you tomorrow. Subscribe to the channel for daily videos like this. Later.